They planned this backcountry ski trip for months. Now, 6 close friends have been identified among those killed in a devastating avalanche in California. CNN has obtained photos of 4 of them. Carrie Atkin, Kate Vitt, Danielle Keatley, Kate Morse, Caroline Secar, and Liz Claybor were named by their families after the avalanche tore through a remote stretch of the Sierra Nevada mountains near Lake Tahoe. They were part of a group of 15, including 4 guides who'd embarked on a 3-day backcountry expedition over President's Day weekend. They were heading back to the trailhead when a massive slide of snow swept down the mountain. 9 people have died or are presumed dead, making it the deadliest avalanche in the US in 45 years. In a statement, families described the women as passionate, experienced skiers who loved being in the mountains together. Several were mothers, 2 were sisters. 6 others survived. Some waited for hours in whiteout conditions, using emergency beacons and SOS signals to reach rescuers. Recovery crews are still battling heavy snow, high winds, and steep, dangerous terrain. Officials say they're waiting for safer conditions before they can bring the victims' bodies home.
Here is everything we know about the deadly avalanche that killed 10 people in California. This happened on the 17th, and it is the deadliest avalanche that the U.S. has experienced in the last 4 decades. At approximately 11:30 a.m., a massive slab avalanche broke loose near Castle Peak, just north of Lake Tahoe in the Sierra Nevada. This was the final day of a 3-day guided backcountry ski trip. The group included 15 people total, which was 11 clients and 4 professional guides. All of them were traveling with Blackbird Mountain Guides. In the days leading up to the trip, the Tahoe region had received 3 to 6 feet of new snow, and on the morning of February 17th, an avalanche warning was actually already in effect for that exact zone. Investigators described the slide as a large slab avalanche stretching roughly the size of a football field. They say that it broke above the group as they were descending towards the trailhead. In total, 10 people died. Now, we know that 6 of those victims have been publicly identified by their families, and 3 guides were confirmed deceased. However, all of their names have not been officially released. 5 clients and 1 guide did survive. Now, rescue teams reached the area around 5:30 p.m., hours after the slide happened, navigating dangerous terrain and continued storm conditions. 2 survivors were transported to a hospital and were later released. This is being called the deadliest avalanche in the United States since 1981, and it is the most lethal in California's recorded history. Avalanche deaths of this scale are pretty rare in the US, especially involving a guided group of this size. They say what likely caused it was the rapid accumulation of heavy snow over several days and the unstable snowpack layers, but what remains officially unknown is the precise trigger point and whether it was naturally released or human triggered. The California Division of Occupational Safety and Health, known as Cal OSHA, has opened a formal investigation into guide protocols, risk assessment, and compliance with safety standards. Even if you are an experienced skier, have professional guides, or have gear, backcountry terrain is uncontrolled and the conditions can shift in minutes. As more information is available on this, I will keep you guys updated. Make sure to hit that follow button for the latest news, and my heart goes out to all of the victims and their families.
Hey, what's up, America? You guys remember Ghislaine Maxwell from the Epstein files? Yeah, of course you do. She's all over the news right now. Hey, you guys want to see how deep this Epstein shit goes? Well, take a look at this. Here's Ghislaine Maxwell talking to the United Nations about our climate. Oh yeah, she's embedded that fucking deep. Let's take a look.
First of all, Your Excellencies, Presidents, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, I just would like to thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here.
Yep.
I'm here representing civil society. My passion for the ocean, for those of you, there's a slideshow going up there, so you don't just have to hear me, you can see the pictures as well. Started when I was a little girl. I grew up watching Jacques Cousteau on TV and became mesmerized with the oceans. It led to me becoming a deep worker submersible.
Okay, that's enough of that. So I'll spare you the details, but that's Ghislaine Maxwell talking to the United Nations about protecting and controlling the oceans. By the way, the United Nations said 2 days ago that the Jeffrey Epstein files suggest the existence of a global criminal enterprise committing crimes against humanity. So the United Nations believes that the Jeffrey Epstein situation is a crime against humanity, but had no problem hosting Ghislaine Maxwell to publicly talk about the climate. Almost like there's maybe people in the United Nations that are wrapped up with this as well. That's what I'm gonna figure, and that's what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna leave that just right there for you guys to do your investigations.